What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another video. Oh, it has been a long day today, but I had to do this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you know next time I upload a video. Yeah, so get straight into the video. I want to talk to you guys about, so a couple of days ago I actually had 3 auditions, and all of these auditions had dialogue. So you guys remember in the Flying Fish video I spoke about how if you have 2 auditions, no, in the Steers video, if you have 2 auditions in one day or 3 auditions in one day, you have to be prepared for all 3. Yeah, so it actually happened. And I got them, I got all 3 of the auditions the day before, but I must say that one of them was an audition I was supposed to do in the previous week, but then I was told that that is no longer happening here in Joburg. It's happening in Cape Town. And then fast forward, another call came through from the same client, and this time it was the same audition but just here in Joburg, right? So it was like, okay, awesome. I can do this, so I revised, because that was the first call I got. So I revised that dialogue of that audition, and then an hour or so later I got another call saying that there's another audition happening later on, about 2 hours later from the first audition. The first audition was at 9:30. This one, oh no, an hour later actually. First audition was at 9:30, and then the other audition was starting at 10:30. Cool. So, and then I got the sides for that audition too. Cool. So then I started preparing for that one, and then I got another call saying there's a third audition happening later on in the afternoon on the very same day. Okay, so now there's 3 auditions that I have to prepare for, and they're all happening on the same day, and I've got all the scripts the day before, right? So you shouldn't panic if you find yourself in this position, because you're an actor, you want work, right? Yes, exactly. So the more work that comes, that means the more chances you have to just play and work out which character you're gonna bring out from your character toolbox, right? I'll talk about character toolbox in another video. Put a vote. Let me know if you guys want to know about what character toolboxes are and what it is, so I could go into more detail about it. Anyways, so there are these 3 auditions, and I'm gonna have to take out from my character toolbox and see which character fits here, which character fits here. And I loved these auditions because they really wanted me to play with my comedic range. When you prepare for multiple auditions and all auditions have dialogue, it is very important that you set out time frames for each script you are preparing for. These are my tips, and this is what's worked for me. But I don't want to disturb your process, but if you want to incorporate some of these tips in your preparation process, then by all means, please do it. So what I did was I took that first character, the first audition that I got, the one that was going to happen at 9:30, I set out 2 hours that I was going to prepare for this one alone. In that 2 hours, I'm going to play around, learn the accent, see what it is that I need to improve on, and make sure that I hit, so that I execute in the audition room. And I did the same thing for the other two. So a total of 6 hours, 2 hours dedicated to each character. And then after I finished everything, I chowed, had supper. I just watched a few things on YouTube. I watched a few movies as well. And then before I slept, I made sure that, okay, I set out 30 minutes for each character, just revising my preparation from earlier, and what I did this time was I switched the times around. So I started with the audition that I was gonna do last, and then the one in the middle, and then the one I'm gonna do first. Cool. And then after I did that, I switched again, and then I focused on the audition I'm going to do first tomorrow, the audition I'm going to do second tomorrow, and the audition I'm going to do third tomorrow. And those were each times allocated for the preparation of those roles, so that when I get into the audition, it's like, okay, I know that now I am in this time. I am auditioning for this character. So my mind, my soul, and my focus is on this character. Not the other characters that I've prepared for, but this particular one that is now at 9:30. I went into the room. I auditioned. It was nice. I executed. Yes, some things happen in the audition that throw you off, but it's about just centering yourself and finding yourself again, and then executing the next take, right? So what I normally do after I do an audition, I normally finish the audition, change back into my clothes, and then I sit with myself and I break down the audition. Alright? I break it down and I want to understand, did I do everything that I set out to do? What did I do well? What did I not do well? And how do I feel honestly about this audition? Because it's very important. Alright, it is very, very important to be honest with yourself about your performance. Okay, it doesn't help anyone, and that anyone, especially you, it doesn't help you to lie to yourself and say, oh no, I did well in that audition, oh no, I did well in that casting. It doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help you. You have to be honest with yourself. Yes, the decision doesn't lie with you. It lies with the client. Who are they looking for? So even if you say, oh, that was a terrible performance, you never know. You might get that audition because they just like you. Alright? So, but them liking you and it not being certain that whether you're going to get this job or not because of whether or not you prepared for the role or not, it is very important that you go there though prepared. You know the script, you know the scenario, and you know what the different proposals that you want to propose there, should they give you more than one take. Alright? So, and it is important to go there with your best proposal. Alright? It is very important for you to go there with your best proposal, so that the director or the casting director can take your performance and shape your performance into a shape which is fit for the brief. Alright? So, prepare for auditions, prepare for castings, even if it's a casting that requires you to do actions only. Know what actions you are going to do. You don't need to dedicate too much time on a casting that you can see it's okay. If I can just take out 2 hours of my day or 3 hours of my day and prepare for this casting, I'll be ready for tomorrow. That's fine, as long as you are preparing though. Don't just go there saying, it's an audition for an advert, it's a casting for an advert. So don't do that. No, focus. You want the job. You're an actor. That is your job. Being an actor, going to auditions is part of the job. It's hard. It's tedious. It's heartbreaking. But when you get that callback, when you get that confirmation saying that, well done, you have booked, you have been confirmed for such and such a gig, trust me, that feeling takes away all of the disappointment that you face, because you have persevered and gotten to a place where you say, yes, I finally made it. I've done my first ad, I've done my second ad, I've done my third ad, I've done my fourth ad, I'm doing my series, I'm doing a movie. All of that, all of those start to happen. But it won't happen if you give up. It won't happen if you go into an audition with a negative mindset. You have to prepare for all 3 of those auditions. So I went on to a whole tangent of lecturing, but I was telling you guys about, how you have to prepare. So after that first audition at 9:30, I went to the 10:30 one. And again, I didn't really focus too much on the first audition. When I came back to the car, I reflected on it, but I didn't want to stay stuck in the reflection of that previous casting so that it affects me in the next one. I reflected on it, realized, okay, I could do this. This is what happened, ABC. This is how I feel about it, full stop. Now it is on to the next casting. Alright, so it's about breathing out, letting go of the other character and now embodying this character. So sometimes you're gonna have a key word or a key action that gives you that into your character. We call it an in. Alright, which allows you into your character. So it could be a word like go, alright, or me, like however you have prepared for that character that allows you into the world of that character, so that's what I did. I put myself into the world of the character because the brief wanted something that the actors to play with their voices. So I played with my voice, and that was my into the character, which allowed me to then divorce the first character that I was playing in this 9:30 audition. Now that I'm going to the 10:30 audition, I have to live in the world of this character. So that's what I did. And fortunately, I also had a costume change for that character. So I literally went into a costume change and I put on wardrobe for that character, and now it was time for me to be able to play, with the character and play and say, okay, cool, I'm going into the audition room, I'm going to do this character now. Okay, so did that audition very well, cool, and then I finished it, also reflected on it. So now, because the next audition, my third audition, was in the afternoon, I could go home, go eat, and now reflect on both of these auditions. So that's what I did. I went home, I took my audition numbers, stuck them on my actor's book, wrote down what the audition I was auditioning for was. I wrote down the notes. I wrote down how I felt about the audition. I wrote down what I did well in the audition. I wrote down what I could improve on in the next casting should I get a callback. All right, because it's very important, again, like I was saying earlier, to be critical of your performance so that you know what you can improve on should you get a callback, what you can improve on should you be selected or should you be cast in this project. Okay, and then my later audition was at 20 past 5. Okay, and so it required me to make sure that I'm focused the whole day, that I don't exhaust myself, and that when I am going to the next audition, I am ready and I am prepared, using my natural energy. Because it's all good and well to last on caffeine, all right, like energy drinks or coffee. It's really good, but you can't rely on it. All right, so I always I believe in the notion of energy creates energy. So if I stay energetic, all right, or I do any things that activate my body's energy, then I'll have the energy for the character. So those are the techniques that I applied, especially when it was an hour before the audition, while I was at home before going into the car and driving to the audition. I made sure that, okay, let me get ready, let me prepare myself for this audition, and let me make sure that I am energetic and I am ready to give a performance which the casting director can direct into and shape into a place that can fit the brief. All right, so that's what I did. Did some of my vocal warm-ups because that audition also had dialogue, so I also did physical warm-ups, all right, just so that my body can be ready to do any physical activities that we might be told to do in the audition. And the audition really went well as well, and I visited a neighborhood that I really, really like, and I was like very inspired again, just by how hard work pays off, going to such a casting studio. All the casting studios that I went to on that day were just very inspirational. As a person who has their own production company, 20 Future Entertainment Company, that's the name of my production company. I was very inspired by just seeing their studios and seeing that this is where perseverance gets you. This is where focus gets you, and just being dedicated to your craft and dedicated to the business of entertainment, so yeah, that was just some of the tips I can share with you guys when preparing for an audition, multiple auditions in the same day. And should all your auditions have dialogue, really prepare yourself, learn the dialogue, allocate time for the script, allocate time for the dialogue, so that okay, this is what I'm doing now at this time, and then divorcing that, and this is what I'm doing now at this time, finding your into the different characters that you're going to be playing on that day, so that that this character is not bleeding into the other character. Okay, and that is all part of preparation. The actor prepares. Uta Hagen says the actor prepares. All right, Uta Hagen's 9 questions. Ask yourself those questions. All right, and yeah, guys, that is my video for today. Those are my acting tips for today. Make sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, notification bell. The subscribers numbers are growing, so let's keep at it. Let's keep subscribing. Subscribe, like, and yes, of course, share it with your friends. If you know any friends that are actors, send them to this channel. Tell them to watch, like, subscribe, and yeah, support our Blind Faith film, you know, by buying a sweater or a hoodie. Those are available on the Facebook market under Blind Faith sweater, Blind Faith hoodie, and yeah, they come in white, they come in black, and yeah, help us raise funds so that we can produce wonderful films that you guys can even, you know, take part in. Who knows? You might be cast in our next film. So just keep supporting us. And till next time, peace and love and happiness.